I think the week before Megadeth comes through. They were 10 or 11 albums in by the time this one showed up, called The System Has Failed. That wasn't one of the Megadeth records that really blew people's skirts up. I loved it for a very specific reason, in that drummer Vinnie Colaiuta played on that album. He is primarily known for jazz and fusion drumming. I don't know if he had played on a metal record before that. But I think that was right before Nick Menza died, the late, great Nick Menza, who had been a phenomenal drummer for Megadeth. But he died on stage. He was playing drums with another band, and he had a heart attack right there mid-gig. And cacked out. He was dead by the time they got him to the hospital. But Vinnie Colaiuta, who is just a phenomenal, just an amazing, one of the great drummers of the 20th century, behind the drums on that particular Megadeth record. It was one and done for him. I love when super versatile, not to say that metal drummers aren't versatile, but they are valued more for their power and speed than their versatility. And I love when very, very versatile drummers dig into the metal thing. You know, Rod Morgenstein played with Winger for a long time, and everybody made fun of Winger, but that was a band made up of very good musicians. They were just lumped in because of when they came out with all the hair bands. But Vinnie Colaiuta was primarily a session guy. I mean, this guy was drumming for Sting and Luther Vandross and all these, and he did, I'm pretty sure that was the only time that he played with Megadeth.
We're talking about goals last segment, and Brian's goal, I asked him, I was like, if you could do anything with drumming, anything music related, would you want to be in a band? Would you want to be this? And he's like, I want to be a session drummer. And I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
Until he explained
You're a gun for hire.
He was like, you just go in and play drums on different people's albums, and you make a ton of money playing drums.
Is he good with chart? He's good reading charts?
I have no idea.
I mean, you have to be, but
I would assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said that's his dream drumming job.
Yeah.
To be a session drummer.
Yeah. I mean, I've done tracks for friends in bands over the years, but you got to be real good at reading charts. And I'm okay. But yeah, of course, right? You're always, hopefully you're always in demand. And the guy I'm talking about was one of those guys. You're up to your neck in work. By the way, you can call off the search, Mary. Brian is checking in on your career. He's been leaving messages all day long.
Brian.
You can't do it in 2 years. You need about 10 years. Look at Pound Cake. He had his own radio show at 30. You need some time. You can't do it in 2 years. You need about 10 years. Look at Pound Cake. He had his own radio show at 30. You need some time. You need to be patient.
Thank you.
I don't know what he's talking about, but...
when I said I would move home in 2 years,
No, I get that. He said Pound Cake had his own radio show at 30. Pound Cake wanted his own radio show at 30.
I think that's his whole point.
He ended up getting out of the business completely.
Right.
I think Brian nailed it.
No,
that Pound Cake had his own show at 30, and then he stepped away gracefully because he made his millions. He's like, I just want to live a quiet life now.
2 years is only if nothing happens. If absolutely zero things happen and I'm in the exact same position, doing the exact same spots for the exact same pay, 2 years from now, I'm coming home.
Yeah, but if you just burn through your savings, are you going to last 2 years?
Yeah, I'll make it 2 years.
Okay.
Because, between this job and spot pay, I'm living.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And then throw in some weekends on the road, which I've cut down significantly. I'm able to pay my bills, but anything extra I want to do.
You haven't paid me anything since you moved there.
Not you.
You can cover your nut.
Yes. Anything extra I want to do, there are times I'll, when I come home for a week and I'm taking people out and spending money and going to, carnivals, that's all usually coming out of savings.
I'll tell you what, that carnival money
You
doesn't grow on trees.
You need it.
Let me give you this trip. The 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival is happening in Vegas. Yeah, I just gave away those tickets for Megadeth. That is the same weekend as the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Now, I imagine two completely distinct fan bases. But nevertheless, you might just want that trip to Vegas. And that's fair enough. We give you $1,000 if you win this trip right now, and then tickets, airfare, hotel, you and a pal, for the iHeartRadio Music Festival, the 20th and 21st of September at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Paramore, the Black Crowes, Dua Lipa, Shabuzi, Hozier, Doja Cat, and many more. So listen closely, and I hope you win. Good luck.
Now your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Vegas to 200-200. WMMS.
By the way, that Shabuzi, are you hip to Shabuzi?
Mm-hmm. Pour myself another shot of whiskey.
Right. He's like, he's a novelty. You know, everybody forgot about Lil Nas X. Shabuzi is a black guy doing country. And these days, that's all it takes for people to start paying attention to you. But he is getting it on with that Emily Ratajkowski. You know who she is?
Yeah.
Remember she got famous from the Robin Thicke Blurred Lines video?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was a model. She was a good-looking girl, but she was married, and that didn't really help her out so much. And she ended up dumping that guy. She married some fat ginger. And this Shabuzi dude, whose real name is Collins Chibueze, they've been packing on the PDA out in the clubs. Isn't he just the dude that did the country version of Everybody in the Club Getting Tipsy? Isn't that him?
Shabuzi?
Yeah.
I only know the current song that he has, which is called Tipsy.
Oh. Somebody did like this. They're like, haha, I get it.
His song is called Tipsy.
Everybody in the club getting tips. It's probably a white guy did that. I don't know. That feels like a white guy thing to do. Anyway, congratulations to those crazy kids. I don't know how old they are. She's 33. He's 29. There you go. Doesn't rise to the level of robbing the cradle. But Shabuzi, maybe Emily Ratajkowski will show up at the big iHeart Music Festival there. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Alan, how's it going?
How are you?
Good. So first off, Chingy did Everybody in the Club Getting Tipsy, St. Louis's own, even though we don't really claim him anymore.
All right.
Secondly,
why don't you? Is it because it's all about Nelly in the Lou? Why don't you claim Chingy?
Chingy was post Nelly.
Well,
I know.
In St. Louis, like we were just at the Urge
Chingy.
show.
Real quick, that's not Chingy. It's Jaquan.
Chingy is right there.
Is
I like
it
it when
really?
you do it right there.
Jaquan does Tipsy.
Now I'm
Josh,
super
your
embarrassed.
white is showing.
Oh, come on, Josh. But Jaquan is also from St. Louis, so he's in the environment there. Yeah.
You see Nelly and the Urge. You see them around town. They do free shows all the time, and so
is
the other
Gravity
guys,
Kills
all the
still
other
kicking
things-
around?
No. It's really just the Urge and Nelly that will put
Wow.
on free shows at the Arch or downtown. So yeah, it's definitely the Urge and Nelly's town.
All right.
Yeah. But the reason I called was about the Corey Feldman thing, because you said yesterday that he's obviously suffering.
Yeah.
And I've never agreed with you so much in my life, Alan.
It was bound to happen, Josh.
I know. Yeah, you're probably right. Clock's right twice a week or something like that. I don't remember the expression.
Day is fine
Anyway,
too.
we went to the Limp Bizkit show and saw Corey Feldman, and I wanted to go early because I was like, no, I want to go see Corey and just see his actual show, because I've seen clips online, and it's like that dude is suffering from something in his life, and it was kind of sad to watch the whole set, because he did like an hour. And it was like, man, this is really painful to watch. And everybody in the audience was like, yeah, but we loved him in Goonies and The Burbs. And I'm like, I know, but this is sad.
Well, listen, it's kind of a macabre trade-off, because the audience wants to see him because there's a large amount of novelty to it. And obviously, he desperately needs that attention. So you get to the point where you don't really care if people are laughing at you as long as they're paying attention. And I think that's where he is, because what the hell else is he going to do? I mean, the phone's not ringing off the hook for movies, so you got to go all in on this stuff. And it's not like the Limp Bizkit tour is some tiny tour. It's a big tour.
I don't know what that tour was. We went, and I was like, I don't know what this is. This is a hodgepodge of bands. And And I'll tell you what, Limp Bizkit spends a lot of time having the PA system playing other bands' music and the crowd just singing with it.
Well, they want to give back, right?
Odd.
Yeah.
I guess. I just called in because I'd never seen Corey and I wanted to see him. I have no love lost for him or whatever, but I was like, man, this is just – he did probably a 1-minute guitar solo where he wasn't really even doing anything.
Well, that's kind of the clip I was playing, is it looked like he had never touched a guitar before, so I'm not sure what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Josh.
Anyway, that's it.
All right, there
Have a
you
good
go.
day.
Thanks, pal. There's
Thanks, Josh.
Josh listening in St. Louis. Here's that clip of Corey Feldman. The Hollywood Casino Amphitheater is where they played in St. Louis. And even the look on his face is one of,
This isn't Dream
is anybody
Theater?
buying this? Is kind of the look on his face. Is anyone believing that I'm doing anything here? As he's playing an Eddie Van Halen signature guitar. That, to me, is the greatest indignity. Anyway, people cheering for him, and ultimately that's all you want. I got, Charlie's on hold again. I'm not picking up. But this guy, I wonder what he's looking for. Because if I pick up, he'll just start screaming.
Wait, again?
Yes.
You can be like, this is your last chance to make
No,
sense,
I'll
to
let him
make
sit.
sense.
No. Because it's on me at this point, right? I mean, how many chances? I mean, from the jump, we've realized he's not really trying to have a conversation.
He's
Not trying to have like a back and forth. Right. Yeah. Alan Shabuzi is the pit bull of country. I don't know what that means. I thought Nickelback was the pit bull of country.
Nickelback isn't.
Nickelback's not country.
Why are they going on tour with country acts?
They're not.
Yeah, they are. Their opening acts now are country bands. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, clearly they're really, really comfortable with.
Right, but that wouldn't make them the Nickelback or the Pitbull of country, because they're not playing country music. They're just playing kind of a crossover audience. That's
you never heard that song Rockstar? It's one of their biggest songs. It's a country song.
It's not a country song.
Sure it is.
It's just a bad song.
Well, shades of difference.
I'm through with standing in line. The clubs I'll never get in. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and I'm never gonna win this. Life hasn't turned out quite the way I want it to be.
That's not a country song?
I don't think so.
Hell's yes, that's a country song.
Okay. Ooh.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, big city mayor.
I was gonna say, I love Nickelback so much that just slipped out of my mouth. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I was drunk half the show, and I didn't let anything out. And here's sober for 5 years, Mary, dropping F-bombs.
I didn't mean it. I was just gonna. I effing love them so much. It's what came out of my mouth.
Well, that's what you get for
Nickelback.
loving Nickelback that much.
For Nickelback, of all the bands.
I know, of all of them, plant your flag in.
Oh my god. Of all the bands to get dumped on here.
All right, on that note, I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com for everything else.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.